Welcome to another edition of the Southern Comfort Podcast. I'm your boy, Big Rich.
Kevin Harris.
And we are the boys of the Maroon Bison. And once again, we got a special guest in the building. You've heard his name plenty of times. I'd like to welcome our good friend, good brother, and partner in this venture, Stewart Cornelius.
I appreciate
you.
I appreciate you.
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. You know, it's so weird because I feel like I'm in here with y'all when y'all are doing this.
Yes.
Because I'm doing the behind the scenes stuff, so it's a little surreal to physically be
in here,
like doing it, and then I'm gonna do this on the back end with hearing my voice, which I think is very strange. But I'm happy to be here with you guys.
Yeah, man.
Huge fan of the podcast, and yeah, this is great.
Now, as you can see across that chest.
Oh, you already know what the vibes are, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Paid a lot of money to be able to wear this.
Literally. Literally,
man. A lot of financial aid trips to get this sweatshirt, man.
Right.
Yeah, man. Stars and stripes.
Now, it's crazy. You and I were at Morehouse at the same time.
Yes.
You were 2 years behind me?
Yes. Well, I was class of 2009.
It's funny because that's when I graduated.
I was about to say, was it 2 years behind when you were supposed to?
Yes.
But you got out, brother.
Got out.
That's what matters.
But it's just, what's crazy is we know the same people.
God.
Not only do we know the same people, like they are our best friends.
Yes.
And he and I never met in college.
That's what I was going to ask. So y'all didn't really hang out in college, though, right?
You know, Rich is a really big presence. So I knew who Rich was. It's almost like everybody knows who Big Rich is. So like, and I want to say you did something for freshman orientation.
I was the NSO director.
Okay, that's what it was. So I knew who Rich was. And when we did all the welcome to the house stuff and all of that stuff, like I remember seeing him. I remember him chewing somebody out. So he's a big presence, big personality. So I knew who he was. He just ain't know who I was. Right.
First of all, if I was chewing you out at NSO,
not me, somebody.
It was for a good reason.
I'm sure. No doubt. Let's make sure we have that caveat. Yeah, that person was in the wrong. Yeah, he wasn't trying to like just get at him for no reason.
I was particularly known for when you lined up to go into the chapel. I lined them up all straight down the street. And I would walk the line. And if your suit was not...
You had white socks on.
White socks.
That's what I think. That's what it was. That's what it was.
With the suit.
So
with the suit, dude.
My boy Anthony. And you remember at the wedding, Anthony Askew talked about me getting on people with white socks, and he had on white socks. You remember he gave that speech?
I remember the speech, but
white socks
still just baffled.
Well, I remember him getting upset with somebody wearing white socks with their suit.
And I was like, if you don't have a tie, you got a roommate.
Yeah.
You got a person across the hall. They are your brother. They will be your brother from here on out. You ask for help.
Borrow a tie.
That's a fact.
Borrow a tie.
That's a fact.
Borrow some socks. Do not come in my chapel and disrespect it. That was
disrespect yourself and God.
Right.
And the Reverend Doctor.
Right.
But crazy enough, also that year, that was the year that when you guys go through the gauntlet coming out of chapel. Somebody, I don't know what really happened.
Yeah.
But a kid complained and his mama went to the president.
Oh Lord.
And that next morning I was sitting in the office like,
oh wait, who so it wasn't Kevin Rome. Who was it? Was Mr. Southern maybe?
No, it was Rome.
It was Rome, right?
Rome.
Okay. That was like student.
It was Rome. Rome and Dean Darden.
Dean Darden, yeah. Oh my God, that's a name.
They talk about chewing me out. They was like, I was like, bro, I cannot control alumni and what they do in the gauntlet.
Also, that's a part of the culture though for me. I mean, I feel like that's just, that was one of the most emotional, I would say, experiences that I've ever had. Even when I watched the video today on Instagram when they're doing NSO and it's like a time machine. I'm like back there to Rich giving it to somebody for wearing white socks. But even like I got one of those bricks that they give, like you sit on the aisle, they hand you a brick, it's like brick by brick. And I still have one of those.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. To this day, I'm never getting rid of it because it means so much. It's so symbolic of my experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
That, I'm getting goosebumps just.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I know all the other schools have their own like traditional thing. Like Spelman has the arch when you graduate or you come in or whatever. But I don't know. There's something about the one interesting thing about Morehouse, and I'm sure we'll talk about this later, but I left New York and went to high school in Silver Spring, Maryland, in Montgomery County. And I mean, it was like the land of magical Negroes. And, you know, you're in these AP classes, you're in these tag, you know, classes. And, you know, it's like one or two of us sprinkled around here and there. And it's like that for everybody in the different schools within Montgomery County and PG County for that matter. But then you get to a place like Morehouse and like, you thought you was the shit where you from and you got Rob from Houston, Texas, that's cold with the math. And you got, you know what I'm saying, Ace from DC, who's a real person. Ace from DC, that's just a math wizard. I'm telling you, like the complex questions he's breaking it down in his head and can spit out an answer that's correct in 2 minutes. And I think that's the competitive beauty of being at Morehouse is that oh, I gotta step my game up. I can't be in here, you know what I'm saying? The caboose on the train. So yeah, I think that competitive, it's like a sibling rivalry thing, really does fuel excellence. And I'm sure it's like that at Howard and FAM and all them other places, A&T.
I don't.
You don't think so?
Because we're all
it's all
black
guys.
men,
Yeah, that's true.
right?
That's true.
And we
That's true.
we talked about that because I know we clown each other and joke, but like that is a special thing about Morehouse that you can't go anywhere else and get
That's
that.
fair.
So on that front, y'all experience is unique to
You can focus,
the
bruh.
HBCU experience. And even I always say this every time, you know, Morehouse graduation, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Because there's no other graduation, no other campus, no other place that you're going to see that many educated black men all graduating and getting degrees at the same time.
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine.
Listen, I always say it.
Don't forget that part.
Morehouse is the pantheon for black men to succeed, right?
I could talk about this till I'm blue in the face. I think my wife is more of a Morehouse fan than I am, which is a crazy thing to say. But her brother went, her now husband went, and she's like, I don't care what my son says, he's going.
He's going.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
We talked about this last night. And I was telling Kevin, my wife already knows if something happens to me, these things need to happen. Right? Like you have to take the kids to Hawks and Falcons games. And the boy's going to Morehouse.
That's it. That's it.
It's like,
That's it.
What if he wants to go? Don't care.
That's actually not a lot to ask. We need to add more to that list.
I think she can take care of everything else.
Okay.
But,
that's good. That's good. You hear that?
He's like,
that's
I need
good.
to-
He's media trained. He's wife trained. Well done.
but those things, right? Like she goes with me to some of the Hawks games. We have season tickets.
Of course, yeah.
She'll go to her first Falcons game against the Commanders next week.
They're actually, Falcons are good.
Yeah.
They look good this year. I'm excited for you guys.
So, but going to Morehouse is, as she sees it, she knows it, she loves it, she understands it. Right?
Yeah.
She knows, like I tell everybody, my best decision that I ever made was going to Morehouse College.
If you asked 10 men that went to Morehouse, all 10 of them would say the same thing.
Yeah.
I believe it.
And they said, what about your wife? I said, if it wasn't for Morehouse, I would have.
Fair.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Specifically for me, my wife went to Spelman.
Right.
So, like, truly, like, that wouldn't have happened.
So,
No, I was just going to say, I feel the same way, literally.
Oh, you married into the family, too?
I do. I always like to say, I'm, especially when I go to, like, y'all's homecoming. Like, I married in.
He wanted to go.
I mean,
it was an option.
Well, I like the way he did it though.
Well, we talked about like why I didn't.
Yeah.
Because I was into politics. I wanted to be away from home.
Yes.
And I felt like Atlanta was like too close.
That's part of why I didn't go to Howard.
So that's a big part of the reason why. I was like into politics and journalism, so it was just hard to compete with DC.
Howard,
if you into that. So I was like, I want to go to Howard, but it was a similar experience being on the campus, because once I got on the campus, you just saw these black people that were about something, that were doing something, that were doing things. And like I looked at the alumni and I was like, I want to be a part of this. I want to be one of the people that went here. Right. And I sat about trying to do something on that campus that had not been done before because I wanted to try to leave my mark.
Yep.
And what it ended up being was the newspaper, because like I said, I was a journalism major, and we became the
Hilltop?
the Hilltop.
Yeah,
so we became the first and only HBCU to publish a daily newspaper. So that was like part of my little
That's amazing.
mark
Yeah.
of like, I went to Howard, this prestigious place.
Yeah.
I found something that I could do that no one else had done before. So I got to be a part of that. But it's that same feeling, and walking around Howard's campus, and even when I walk around Morehouse campus, even during homecoming, you can feel it. You can just feel greatness in everything that came before you. So I'm a big proponent of it, and I have to, I come from a family of HBCU grads. My mom, my uncle, and they were insistent that I could consider schools, but HBCUs had to be
in the mix. Yeah, absolutely. It's very interesting how I ended up at Morehouse, because I think you touched on something that sparked a thought.
Perfect transition, by the way. Like, perfect.
I do this. So my senior year of high school, I think the dean of admissions was Sterling Hudson, if I'm not mistaken. And Sterling Hudson's brother taught in Montgomery County school system. And he taught at my rival high school, Springbrook High School, Valley Brook Drive. Shout out to the Blue Devils. And they were doing interviews for the land of magical Negroes, right? And handing out scholarships. And he does this yearly. I had not made up my mind to go to Morehouse at the time. And I had a white administrator. Her name is Karen Lockhart. Wonderful woman. Like, she took care of me in high school. And she was like, they're asking us to draft a list of people to come do this interview. While I know you would crush the interview because you're who you are, I can't in good conscience give you that opportunity and you not know that you're for sure going to the school. So she gave the opportunity to other folks. But she also said, you should absolutely go to Morehouse. And let me tell you why. Keep in mind, I'm a first generation American, right? Like, I come from a very African background. I for the most part, grew up in the Northeast. HBCUs were not something that was talked about at all. Like, the only one I really knew, no bullshit, was Howard. And it's because I lived off of Colesville Road and go down 29, bus a left on Georgia Avenue, and Howard. So, so that's the only reason why I knew what Howard was, but wasn't super familiar with Morehouse. After doing my research, the one thing that got me was, you can go to University of Maryland. At the time, University of Maryland gave me money. I was this close to being a Turk. But what changed my mind was, she said, you can go to these schools for grad school if you want. But the foundation that you're going to get in undergrad by going to a school like Morehouse is going to be something that you absolutely will look back and say, I'm so happy I made that decision. And for a very, for a middle class white woman in Montgomery County to drop that gem on me, which ultimately was the deciding factor, is so ironic to me. And also, like, I'm indebted to her for that, for her counsel in that moment. And while I missed out on the scholarship portion of it, I'm very happy that I was able to go there. And there was a chance that I almost didn't go. There's a chance that I almost didn't stay, because it's hard to finance these schools. Man. So, I mean, I'm still paying, but I mean, I'm happy to do it because of where I am in my life. So this is the toll that you pay to go and have an experience like that.
With the money, I said, I don't care. I like whatever.
I mean, you are who you are in a lot of respects because of the experiences you've had. But also, I feel like you knew you were going to Morehouse.
I didn't.
You didn't. There you go. That's
I was not like a studious student in high school, right? Like, I just did the bare minimum, just to get by, right? I knew I was destined for something great. I just didn't know what it was, right? So in that process, it was just happenstance. My principal during the baccalaureate was like, go talk to those gentlemen over there. All I want you to do is go over there and talk to them. That's it. Right? It wasn't, any other instruction, just like go introduce yourself. And he left it at that. He knew. He knew.
How they know? They be knowing.
I don't know.
It's
They,
so wild.
it's like they choose you.
That's the same story.
Like you
Right.
got chosen by the school.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. And then I went over there to talk to him. And from there, it was, you know, go back to your college. I mean, go back to your high school, fax in your application.
Yeah.
This was April. This was May.
Oh, so
Right.
you missed the February deadline. Man, I was at the computer trying to join in.
This was May.
By mail, bro.
Right.
Fax.
In a yellow envelope.
No application fee.
Wow.
Nothing. I just faxed it. Wow. And the rest is history.
Yep.
Didn't get the acceptance letter until July 21st.
Yo,
Right.
you had 2-3 weeks to go to NSO.
Yeah.
See, I couldn't live like that. That's terrifying.
You know, and before then, I was at Albany State, and I was in this program, trying to get a full ride, and I hated it.
Yeah.
I didn't even tell my mom. I packed up my bags and came back home for birthday bags. I'm like, I'm not staying down there. It's not for me.
That's the most Atlanta
Story.
Came to the crib for birthday bags.
I left
Ludacris and them.
I left the fridge down
That was
there.
that.
Oh wow!
I
No,
saw-
you like
I hated
you
it.
jet
bro.
it.
I hated it.
Yeah.
So it's not a mistake. You go to Morehouse.
How did that affect your view on Morehouse before getting there? Because that's an HBCU too. So did that make you feel like, damn, like if Morehouse is gonna be like this, bro, it's gonna be a long 4 years?
No. I mean, I honestly thought I wasn't smart enough to get into Morehouse.
Okay.
I thought Morehouse, which it is, I put it on the level of Harvard, Yale, right? Like, Dr. King went there,
Yeah.
like passing it all the time at the black gates
Yeah.
in the hood. So you're like, man, that's a prestigious place. And so in my mind, I felt like, you know, they were not going to accept me. And when I got in, this is after Georgia Southern sent me 2 rejection letters.
Oh wow.
I mean, I was getting rejected from all the college just because I was, you know, like 2.8.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was just like,
Man.
you know, I was just skating by, right? And not using my full potential.
Yeah.
But then I got to Morehouse.
Yeah.
They gonna unlock it for you. they gonna unlock it for
And we talked about that though, about how it is academically rigorous and like all of those things, but they maintain that though, but they find your potential and they see your potential. And no other school of that caliber other than that HBCU was going to look at you and say, no, we see his potential. And they pull you in. And I think that's a big part of the reason why, just foundationally, like I agree. I love that that's that I had an HBCU before I went to grad school. And I always say about like Howard, you know, you're not going to leave Howard saying you can't do something.
Right.
They literally, they break you of that. You know, you're not gonna, you don't leave Howard University saying you can't do something. It's that same kind of rigor and everything else. And then I remember going to grad school, Johns Hopkins, and especially being in like my foreign policy classes, I was like the only black student. And we in here studying Russian, you know, nuclear disarmament and all of that stuff. And I remember one of my professors, he said, I got an A. And he said, I haven't given out an A in 9 years. You're the first student in 9 years, but
because I'm cold.
Yeah,
I'm a Howard grad. I'm cold,
Howard, right? And I don't know, like I think all this is true of all HBCUs, but especially like a Morehouse and a Howard. I always felt like too, they're training you to be the only one.
Yeah,
that is the thing.
They're training you.
Yeah,
you are going to go into places and spaces where you are the only one, and there is a way in which you have to navigate that, and a way in which you have to show up and be prepared. And they teach you how to do that. So it's not just that you're getting the education. You are getting the education. You're going to get the finest academic rigor, but we're teaching you how to be black and successful in how you operate, right, in this world that way. And a lot of times, to be the only one. And I remember it started, I think, Richard's favorite place, Iowa. I think that was the time in my life
Or Des Moines.
where, I think that was the time in my life where honestly I would go into spaces and I would count
how many
black people were there.
Yeah.
And I think Iowa was the first time where I stopped walking in rooms and counting. And I was just like, whatever. Oh no, I'm the only one. Whatever.
That never, you know what's interesting about that is going to high school where I went to high school.
Mm-hmm.
There was a few of us, but I never felt like I was the only one, which I now look back on and say that was a blessing, right? Because to go from that and it be like accelerated to be at Morehouse, and then I went to Parsons for grad school, and I was like a double minority. Like I was the only black person. I was the only black male, excuse me, and I was the only heterosexual black male in those classes.
Wow.
So I had never, so you talk about being the only, I had never been a double only. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so where it's like, oh, okay, like I know how to relate and talk to everybody, which is amazing. That's a superpower of mine. But you don't realize how lonely it can feel until you're in a space like that. And then my first real corporate job in advertising was at Turner Broadcasting in New York City. In Columbus Circle. And in all of Turner Entertainment, we talking about TBS, TNT, True TV, Cartoon Network, Adult Swim. I was the only black man in that entire 2 floors. And that was just crazy to me. So wild. So wild.
Wow.
And I'm just thinking, like, I grew up on Cartoon Network and Adult Swim. There's no way that I'm the only one here. I was the only. This is for the 2 years that I was actually there. So I say that to say, these experiences that we have at these places aren't just the book smart, like, you know, learn it, take the test thing. They literally are showing you how to do life.
How to do life.
You know, the struggles that I had in the financial aid office and sitting in that long line of. And I'm the only one. Both my dad abandoned me and my mom passed away. So I'm the only one in there fighting for me. So, and fighting for my life. Like, yo, like if I go home, it's dub.
Over.
It's over.
It's over.
So I'm like, it really does teach you resilience, consistency, diligence. Because if you don't learn that then and you go out into the world, it's so easy to be discouraged, bro. I'm the most optimistic person, you know, because I've run through walls that I should not have been. They should have been bricks, but they were drywall, bro.
Yeah, man.
Crazy. So like, it teaches you that truly, like that tenacity. To go and get what you got to get. I don't know if there's another example of that you would get at that level when you're 18, 19, 20.
No. And I remember, so the only way I could afford Howard was, so I had to go home a semester because we ran out of money. So my mom had me start in community college when I was like 16, 17. So smart. Just to keep me out of trouble. And then I went to Howard. Then after my first semester, I had to go back home because we ran out of money. So we had to figure it out. So I just went back to community college. And, you know, but the only way I could come back was I had to stay off campus. Because we couldn't get enough aid to pay for my tuition and everything else. And had a family friend, just gave me a basement apartment, charged me basically nothing. And then this dude, Craig, you know, we paying the rent, right? But then when it was time for like my books and stuff, Craig would give me my rent money back and tell me to go buy my books. You know what I mean? So basically you live for free, right? But that was the only way I could do it. But that meant, you know, you riding the metro because he lived out in Hydesville.
Oh yeah.
So I would have to. I got to get to school earlier. You walking in the rain. I think it was like a 25-minute walk to the metro. So that means you in the rain sometimes. I remember one time a bird shitted on my head, and I had to go to class with bird shit on my head.
I had to get there. Had to get there.
You know,
that's one of them grandpa stories. I had to walk 15 miles in the snow. I had birds shitting on my head. That is wild.
You don't want no education. You ain't been through.
Hey,
but
right,
see-
no, for real. For real.
But see-
that's real. Tenacity. You know what I'm
And
saying?
I think the youth today
Nah,
don't
they
have
They
that.
don't have
My nephew, and I'm gonna call him out. He don't watch the show, but he made this point. He is 21,
Mm-hmm.
dropped out of high school.
Damn.
You know what I'm
He's
saying?
still dropping out of high school?
Dropped out of high school, has a kid.
I was too scared of my mama.
Me
right?
too.
He now, has a job asking for a car. I was like, you can walk, bruh. I ain't walking. Then you don't
Then you
want
don't
it.
You don't want it. You don't
right?
want it.
You don't want it. You a mile
Bro.
to the bus stop.
I knew that metro like I was a damn Ninja Turtle.
Oh, yeah.
Navigating
That
sewer.
is a
I got to everywhere in
Oh,
DC.
yeah.
Metro, baby.
Thank God you live in a
Metro.
city with public transportation that's
Yeah.
actually like
Right.
solid enough
Yes.
to get by, really, because
Yes.
you can really
Yeah,
get where you're trying to go. For real.
It worked. It worked fine, and
Yeah.
I remember having jobs, right? Like I was freelancing, doing articles
Yeah.
and stuff.
Mhm.
The newspaper paid me, and I was a housekeeper at the Ritz-Carlton.
Wow.
So that's how that and my mom getting like extra jobs and my uncle. And so that's how I paid, for school. But it's like all of that though is a part of the
Mhm.
experience. Like you don't understand failure. You don't understand why you can't. And so even now today, when we work with folks, I hate to sound like an old man, but like some of the younger people, I just don't.
We're not young no more.
I don't understand. Like, and my wife gets on me about this all the time. She was like, you have to understand everybody's not like you. I just don't understand why you can't do more than one thing at a time.
Why?
I don't understand why you can't. Well, this was happening. So what? Figure it out. So you just quit? You're just gonna sit there stumped?
I'm in here.
Like, figure it out.
I'm in here with a room of people that understand me because I feel the same way, man. I'm telling you, I worked at Sears.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first job in high school. I was 15 years old.
Explain to some people what Sears is.
Yeah, that's right. Y'all might not know. Damn. That's valid.
Yeah.
That's valid, man.
The Sears.
So Sears Roebuck Company was really like the
name.
Walmart of the time, really, because you could buy a washing machine and jeans in the same,
Same spot.
and like some weights,
right. And a car battery.
A lawnmower,
battery.
right.
Yeah. Get your tires rotated, all of that. But yeah, there was one in White Oak in Silver Spring, Maryland, off of New Hampshire Avenue. I used to go to work after school, from 5 to 9, 5 to 10 during the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
I did that all the way through high school, and then freshman year I couldn't do it, but sophomore year I went back because I had been there for so long. So I just transferred from there to the one in Cumberland.
Mm.
So I worked at that during school, and then I also worked at the AT&T in Camp Creek later. That was like junior year and senior year of college, and I did work study freshman year in Woody.
Yep.
I put the books back on. The shelf.
Yep. And I was interning. I did 13 internships.
Wow.
I was at Howard.
Wow.
And some of them were paid too.
Oh, you was in the mix.
So that's how those paid internships, like, that helped put money in my pocket. And it's funny because like I went to school, but like I was working so much, it's kind of like I barely went to school, but my experience ended up being a little different because it was almost like I was a commuter student.
Yeah.
Because between work and living out in Hyattsville, I was on campus that.
That was travel time.
Yeah, I was and I would remember, and then like, you just do stuff like you would show up to class. Your next class might not be till like 2 or 3, and say you're done at like 10, right? So what are you gonna do for those 3 hours? I can't go back home. It's too far. So like I'm just like in the library, or you're studying, or you're doing whatever. I was pushing that housekeeping cart with my books.
Yeah.
Reading.
Just had a
read,
page
going from
open,
room to room.
had the headphones
Read
on.
and cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was me in the book in the library. Had my headphones on, had the book I was trying to read, and putting the books on the shelf.
Yep.
I didn't take enough advantage of Woody.
Okay, so let me not get myself in trouble. Woody is not a place to be productive.
Oh, and that's probably why.
That's why. So let me make sure that like you ain't missed. I mean, you missed stuff, but not for the reason that you think.
Right.
No. I knew it went down at Woody.
Woody was too much. It was just too many beautiful human beings in Woody, and so I'm good. I didn't go there. Like the only time I went there was for business policy group things.
So
And
people
that
took
was it.
electives there? Is that
No, so
it
Woody is the
I mean,
library.
Yeah, Woody.
Which of library?
Woody
I know
is.
that.
Oh,
Yeah, elective is a way to say yeah.
This
but
is part of the
you weren't
electives
getting
part of the
credit
curriculum.
for it, but yeah,
for
experience elective.
Yes.
for a black man. So we're gonna talk about. We got 5 minutes left.
Yeah, this is
For,
important. This is important.
for a black man in the AUC,
Man,
Mhm.
this is what I want. For those watching this and those young 17, reaching to you for a black male in the AUC, you are in heaven. Don't let just because Morehouse is an all male school deter you.
open your mind, Craig.
Because literally right next door, and I'm talking like your neighbor next door, is Spelman, which is an all black women's school, and Clark, which has the same ratio as Howard for
Yeah.
gender, for
Yeah.
men versus
Yeah.
women, right?
The girls are right there, but then there are classes
Classes
that overlap too.
overlap.
Cross
And-
registration is a religion, bro. You better figure it out.
It's like I just saw this the other day, like when I was watching the Howard Morehouse football game, and then Morehouse the cheerleaders,
Yep.
and I was like, oh wait, where the cheerleaders come from?
From Spelman. From Spelman.
And that's what my wife told me. I was like, I never thought about that, but like, yeah, so you're around.
They even have.
It might as well
all
be the
the
same
time.
school. My wife was in Mahogany and Motion.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's
They even have girls from Spelman in the band.
yep.
Yeah, exactly. I saw that too. So it's all
It's one school.
It is one school.
It's Spellhouse Homecoming. They don't do a lot of things that are that separate outside of classes, really.
It's like one. I like to say it's one community. It's one community.
Yeah.
Two distinct.
But see, they're
like,
on
it's
the same
one-
block.
it's one-
But see, there are also
Yeah.
there are also pockets, right?
Mhm.
You can be a Woodruff person and
Mhm.
find your girl there.
Mm-hmm.
Before the strip
Mhm.
Man.
was like the strip went from Spelman
Mhm.
all the way down to the end of Clark, and it was
mhm.
just
To MLK.
But
MLK.
y'all should talk about it because don't you get paired with like a
Olive
Spelman
branch.
sister,
Spelman
right? When you
it's the
yeah.
brother sister exchange,
Yeah.
right? Like you get
when
paired
you
with
get
a
there.
Spelman sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get there, they tell you, look to your left, look to your right.
Mm-hmm.
One of these people ain't gonna be here.
Mm.
Yeah, my first Spelman sister didn't make it through, so you have to like adopt or
Yeah,
draft another.
one.
And you know how it's crazy how life in the world works. I was campaigning for Hillary.
Mm-hmm.
They asked me to go to Connecticut
Mm-hmm.
to work Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in
That's an interesting place for folks that
yes. I'm
a lot of
in
money in Connecticut.
Weird politics. It's a
weird.
I know.
state.
You know,
Yeah.
I live in New York. All those people commuted from Connecticut to
yeah.
I
Grand
mean,
Central Station.
New Haven
Mm-hmm.
in the oldest black AME church.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Pastor Morrison. Appreciate you, brother.
Mhm.
And find out that the guy speaking that Sunday at the service is a Morehouse guy, Reverend Sharper.
Mhm.
Reverend Sharper.
Mm-hmm. I know that name.
I'm sitting there listening to Sharp preach, and this girl comes sits next to me, and she looking at me. I'm looking at her.
And you ain't put it together.
She looking at me. I'm looking at her.
We looking at each other.
He's like, wait, that can't be. That can't. There's no way in Connecticut. No way.
She was my first Spelman
That's
sister
crazy.
Why are you here?
that I ditched.
Oh,
See?
I
Ooh,
ditched
shit,
because
cover your ass up.
no.
In the-
So
in the church.
at the point, it was more men than women,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And sometimes you had to double up,
Yep, that did happen. That did
right?
happen.
And so I doubled up with her, and it was like, we need someone who already who's doubled up.
Mm-hmm.
We have girls that don't have. I said, I'll go.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to meet you, and left.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? And probably never maybe saw once or twice, but did not see her again until I was
Until-
in that church.
That is insane.
So yeah, this is my home church. I was like,
That's-
you are from Connecticut. He was like, yeah. Crazy.
That's
But that's how it works.
Yep.
Small world.
That's how it works
Yeah.
with Morehouse.
Nah,
and
that's
yeah.
crazy.
Clark.
That's actually
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say one other thing real quick because I'm sure this happens to y'all too. When I remember being at Howard, and if I'm wearing Howard gear, people like getting like say I'm boarding a plane, someone's
Oh,
getting
yeah.
off the plane. You go to Howard,
Mhm.
yeah. Hey man, here's my card.
Yep.
Yep.
Call me. What do you want to do? What are you into?
All day long.
Literally just here, like in the hotel yesterday, I had my Howard
Mhm.
gear on, and this guy gets on the elevator. He said, "You went to Howard?" I said, "Yeah, I went to Howard." He said, "My son's at Howard. He's a broadcast major." I said, "I was a broadcast major at Howard."
Wow.
exchange numbers. I'm meeting with him next week.
Yep.
Just like, how can I help you?
That's
I
the
send,
way
I
it's
send him my
supposed
my
Right.
link to the website. Here's everything I've done. Literally, I will open up my Rolodex. What does he want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Don't know the kid. Don't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
He is you.
Yep. Doesn't matter.
It happened to
Whatever
me
you want.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was going to dialysis. I listened to 92.9 The Game.
Mm-hmm.
Their morning shift was doing a remote location at the McDonald's on Northside Drive,
Yep, I know it.
which is like around the corner from my crib.
They just redid it, didn't they?
They just redid it because it burned down.
Yeah.
So I go in. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stop by because I'm on dialysis, and sometimes I grab a McMuffin.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, I'm gonna stop by 5 a.m, introduce myself. Their producer, on-site producer.
Mm-hmm.
I had a Morehouse hat on. He was like, yeah, my son's a freshman there. Exchange numbers.
Yeah.
Tell me, give me a call.
Give me a call.
Whatever
You know what I'm saying? Whatever he
Whatever he
needs,
needs.
we got him.
That happened to me as well. My everyone has a story, but
Yeah.
one of my dear friends from high school. Shout out to my man Nahom, huge Chelsea fan, huge soccer guy. His nephew came to Morehouse for it was like a summer program, and he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be in Atlanta taking my nephew to these things. Like, you know, if you can, pull up, talk to him about it." Put my son in the stroller, took him up to campus. And that was actually the first time I brought my son to campus, where we both kind of walked campus together. It was because it was a little special. But that's just what you do, man.
Yeah.
You just that's just what you do.
Yep.
Everybody needs a little bit of help. And honestly, I wish I had a me when I was going to school.
Yeah.
And because I wish I had that, I give that.
And for me, I had a lot of it.
Did you?
Like I just told y'all, like Craig as an example. Like,
No,
all right, you give me.
right.
So I had so many people responsible for how that all got
Vested
to happen.
interests,
Yes, and so I try to do the same thing. And you don't have to. I have no reason to do it. All right, other than if somebody didn't just do things for me because they had no reason not to, like I wouldn't have any of what I have.
That's right.
So I always just try to pay it forward. It doesn't matter. How can I help you?
Yeah.
My whole thing is I'll probably never get the direct benefit, but I'm hoping that at some point when Langston goes to Morehouse, that's definitely what's going to happen, that someone's, oh, I remember your daddy, whatever, like, and try to help him some way.
That's
Some
right.
way.
That's what I'm hoping
Some
I
way.
put in the universe. Yeah.
That's right. And because I know last thing I'll say is I donate to Howard to a scholarship fund that helps kids. It specifically pays for the gap, helps to pay for the gap between your tuition and your need, because I was one of those kids and that's why I had to leave. And the most incredible thing is, like, every year or so you just get letters from one of the couple of the kids that benefited from it. It's
and tears before.
Yeah, man.
I already know.
Well,
tears.
Stu, we know how we close out the show, bro. So
Man,
it's your time to shine with the Mambo moment.
Dang, you know what? I do this all day long, and I should have been more prepared. My bad. I'm going to. My Mamba moment goes to the teachers that saw something enough in us that wanted us to succeed so bad that they gave us great counsel at the perfect time that allowed for us 20 plus years later,
man,
to manifest the vision they have for us in that time.
Yeah.
So shout out to those teachers, those educators, those people that really do it because they love it.
Yep.
Because we wouldn't be here doing this or having such a positive life that we have without that counsel. So
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Care what you got?
I would just second that.
Yeah.
You said that I could go back so many stories of people like along the way. So I second that.
I'm gonna give mine to our brothers, our black men, right?
We need it.
We need it. We need it. I mean, I was in DC and got up with my freshman year roommate and another, dorm mate who was down the hall from me.
Yep. That's crazy.
Right? Hadn't seen that guy. Well, Christian Smith.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. He was my freshman roommate. And then I was with Mensa Amin-Ra. So
I know that name.
Yeah.
I know that.
They were all part of like the finance banking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Business major, but also I think I had spoken to Mensa because His first name is Mensah.
Yeah.
And that's a very traditional Ghanaian last name.
Yeah.
And I had mentioned that to him,
Yeah.
which I'm sure he knew at the time. But
so, you know, just like, and just reliving and talking about just life and college and how we've been and realizing like we need each other.
more than ever.
Right? It's not, you know, we'll have our spouses and our wives, but like we need this.
Yeah.
We need each other. We need to talk through because we feel more comfortable talking to each other about our problems than we do anyone else.
That's a fact.
Yeah. So shout out to Black men. Man, I love this, Stu. So Stu will be back again.
I have to be back.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah.
Thank
but
you.
we wanted y'all to meet some of the
Technically
people.
part of every episode.
Yeah. I'm behind the scenes tinkering. Yes, but this is great platform. You guys y'all energy is great. I'm happy to take this ride with you guys, and anything you need.
Thank you, Stu.
So we'll probably hit 100,000 views at this interview. You know what I'm saying?
We need it.
That would be really cool. We're getting close.
Yeah, we're getting close. So
we have this goal in mind, y'all.
So like, subscribe, you know, join in the fun. We appreciate y'all. Spread the word. We out.
Peace.
Peace.